So welcome back to Nice. The sun's gone in. And that's not the only thing that's changed. Today is the day everything changed for Nice regarding COVID-19. Before we go any further and I bring you up to date on what's happening here, and as I say, quite a lot has changed, I want to ask you, please hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, and you won't miss out on exciting news like this, and more importantly, you won't miss out on a really exciting video about Villefranche's first ever drag night. That's coming up very shortly. So what's the news? Well, the news is that the wearing of masks is now obligatory outside in many places in the centre of Nice. From today, for the next week, masks are obligatory here in Place Garibaldi. They're also obligatory over there in Place Cassini. It's obligatory here on the street by the Museum of Modern Art. It's obligatory here where the National Theatre in Nice are doing their outdoor performances. They're also obligatory here in the old town of Nice. The kids are lucky though, they don't have to wear them, they can play free. And if you're in the swimming pool in the centre of the park, you don't have to wear a mask either. Now, I have to say, looking around Place Garibaldi, I'm not sure that there is yet total adherence to this. But people better be very careful, because if they get caught without the mask on, it's €35. €35. You could go out for that, couldn't you? So why has the mayor done this? Is there a real reason for concern? Well, the number of people in intensive care has risen to 5. Now, this may seem very insignificant, but on July the 22nd, there were actually no people in intensive care. So there is definitely a rise there, even if the overall figure is still relatively small. So the other statistic that's affecting this is the number of hospital admissions in the region. Now, in the week up to the 31st of July, there were 32 admissions to hospital. Now again, this doesn't sound like a lot, but that is as many as in the previous 7 weeks. So having undergone a continual decline, there is suddenly a turning of the corner. It's not something to ring alarm bells about yet, but clearly the Mayor of Nice is concerned. So the other figure to bear in mind is the death rate. Well, in the week up to the 31st of July, there were 2 deaths in the region. Again, that doesn't sound a lot, but in the previous week, there were absolutely 0. So as we've often found with COVID-19, what is significant to the epidemiologists, what is significant to the ministers, what is significant to the Lord Mayors of the regions of France is the direction of travel. I think what they're attempting to do is to keep the R rate down. Now, of course, at the minute, it is not at the level they would like. I think overall the R rate in this region is 1.44. Now, clearly, if that were to continue rising, that would cause problems. So I think what is happening here is what is happening in Britain, what is happening in many areas of Europe, is that we're attempting to sort of moisten the land to prevent the fire from spreading. Yes, there are still flickers, there are still flames, and of course the nightmare scenario would be that if that were to take hold again. But at present, that is not what is happening here. So, what does that mean for you if you're planning or thinking about coming to Nice? Well, the statistics are there for you. You have to make your own mind up about the relative safety of here versus back home, whether travelling in Britain is more dangerous than travelling abroad. You know my view on it, that in the end you have to look at the infection rate, you have to make the decision, an informed decision for yourself. And obviously, much of that depends on whether you want to get on an aeroplane. We're told aeroplanes are safe, we have to take the authorities on their word, but that is obviously a matter for you, for your own personal choice. In terms of how you'll be able to spend your time when you get to Nice, well, you're going to have to wear a mask in many of the main public areas, though as I say, there doesn't seem to be 100% adherence to that today, but that may change. This only lasts for a week, by the way, so if things improve in a week, then it may be that this is relaxed. You don't have to wear a mask on the beach, you don't have to wear a mask when you're working out, you don't have to wear a mask when you're cycling, all of these things are possible. In terms of what it's like here now, well, it is still very quiet. If you want to see the south of France at its best, well, this is the time to come. but the decision is yours about health and about safety. There are certainly tourists here, but there are many less than normal, and there are certainly very many less British people here. Anyway, that's all the news that's fit to print. I thought I'd bring you up to date with what's happening. I promised to tell you when things changed. It's still lovely here, but be aware that you're going to have to wear a mask in many places outside. I personally think that's a price worth paying for public health if it really does help. And if it doesn't, I think what the other thing that the masks do is that they make people very aware that this disease has not gone away, that this virus is still with us, and that we should be on our guard. And I think it's very easy, particularly around here, as the infection rate dropped so dramatically over such a long period of time, and the hospital admissions got right down to almost nothing, is that I think people perhaps started to behave as if this whole thing had gone away. And I think the mayor got a bit alarmed about that. I know he certainly staged an outdoor pop concert event, which there wasn't very much, electro music. Pop concert to me, same thing, you know. Electro music concert on the front. There wasn't much social distancing went on, and it caused a bit of a fuss, and I think it scared him. But he is a mayor who's willing to make tough decisions like this, and I shouldn't think it's very popular, but he's done it. And I do think it's put people back on their guard. It's made them think about their behaviours. And if wearing of masks, if it only achieves that one thing, if it actually doesn't prevent that much transmission, I know there's an awful lot of debate about that, but in the end it does make you conscious that this thing is still out there, and that to me cannot be a bad thing. Anyway, hope you're having a great time. Please, please, please remember to subscribe, because we got that great drag video coming up next. Stay safe, stay sane, just like me. Bye.